Hey Shayla, per your request, really quick, in between my steering wheel, I'll show you this. Basic. What you do is you have yarn, you get a needle. I use this one a lot. It's a 5.5 millimeter hook. And you need to first make a slip knot. A lot of people do theirs differently. Now, if you basically just want to get a knot together, you know, take the yarn, you twist it around your finger, and you make a knot. That's the simplest way to do it. And then you stick your needle through that loop. The reason why most people don't do it like that is because it's hard to actually get this. This needs to be really small. Okay, so for my loops, what I do is I wrap them around my finger. I bring this piece through here, and I bring it through. I burned my finger the other night. Alright, so you take the needle, you put it through the loop. You wrap the free yarn around your finger or wherever you can, you know, to have a secure hold. You take the needle, you wrap it around or yarn over, and you pull through the loop. So that's your first chain. And then you do it again. That's chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, chain 5. So basically you make as many chains as you want. And that's a basic foundation chain, depending on what it is you're trying to do. So if you can see that. Okay. The way the yarn is, I guess it's not really all that clear. But for people that are trying to work in the round, such as making a infant cap, you some people do them different, but I usually chain 3, and then I go into that first loop. So I go back into that loop, yarn over, go into that loop, bring it out, and that's what you call a half double crochet. And I actually do that 10 times. You can do it 15 times depending on the size. Some people do 10, some people do 15. I'm gonna do 10. I don't really use any patterns. I just crochet. And so you yarn over, you go into that same loop, you bring it out, and you pull through all 3. You yarn over, you go through the loop, you pull it out, and you bring it through all 3 loops that are on the chain. Yarn over, bring it through, come back out, and go through each loop on the chain. And you want to count around to see how many stitches you have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've actually noticed that no matter how many times you go in, I have 8. Sometimes it'll look like you still have the same stitches. It's because you're going over them when you're making the circle. So you have to pay attention to what you're doing to see how many you're counting. For me, it doesn't really matter because I'll just work my way around it anyway. But that's called crochet. Well, that's crocheting in the round for me. And I'm actually using this yarn here. It's a baby yarn, basically. It's like a baby color yarn, but I've had a couple requests for some earrings for this one. So then you slip stitch into that next stitch. The sun over here. You know, I crochet in the car. And I actually gonna have to go because I have to be at work at 8 o'clock and it's 7:57. So you go in through that loop and you slip stitch, and that basically closes it for you. You chain 2, if depending on if you're doing a single crochet, a double crochet, or a triple crochet, treble. In this case, excuse me, we're doing a half double crochet, so that's why I chain 2, and then I yarn over. I go into the same hole that I started, that I put that did that chain 2 in, I bring the yarn through, and then I bring it through all 3. Now the next round you're going to basically do 2 half double crochets into each stitch, so you should have at the end 22 chains. Alright, I will try to upload another video when I take my lunch break, because when I go on my regular 15-minute break, or actually I go to 20 minutes and I go for a walk. So see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching.